If you own a business and work with contractors or lease a space, then you'll want to know how to file 1099s. In this video, I'll show you how and why it's so important. Now let's get organized. I'm Dennis Fry with CPAs For Hire, and we believe that you need to know your numbers to know your business. So let's talk about 1099s. What is a 1099 and why do we care? If your business paid more than $600 during the calendar year for rent, business services, or independent contractors, you may be required to issue them a 1099 to report those payments to the IRS. This puts those payments on record for the IRS to cross-check the income reporting by the recipient. So how do we determine who gets one? To start, print a vendor summary report for the year from your accounting software and sort it in descending order by total amount paid. Looking at the list, put an X next to the amounts less than $600. Of the remaining, determine the vendors that you paid for inventory, materials, or supplies. For these, put an X next to their name, as they generally do not get one. Of these remaining, determine if any have incorporated or INC after their name. Put an X next to these, as corporations generally do not get one, with one exception, attorneys' services. Attorneys always get one. Of these remaining, this is your list of contractors that potentially need a 1099. Now get a detailed list of payments made to each and only add those paid by cash or check. Don't count any payments by debit or credit card. We'll discuss why in a moment. If the total is still $600 or more, you need to request a completed and signed W-9 form for the tax year being reported. What is a Form W-9? This is the form your landlords and independent contractors are supposed to provide you so that you know how they report their income taxes, which is how you determine if your business needs to provide them a 1099. Based on how the W-9 is completed, look to Section 3, and if the first box is checked for individual, sole proprietor, or single member LLC, or the fourth box is checked for partnership, or the fifth box is checked, limited liability company with the letter P for partnership, then send them a 1099. Conversely, if the second box is checked for C Corporation, or the third box is checked for S Corporation, or the fifth box is checked for limited liability company with the letters C or S added, then you do not send them a 1099. Now that we know who gets one, there are two important forms you need to know about. Form 1099 Miscellaneous. Although this form has many options, the most used by businesses will be Box 1, to report rent paid to your landlord. Next is Form 1099 NEC, which is new for 2020 and replaced Box 7 of Form 1099 Miscellaneous for non-employee compensation. This is where to report annual payments to independent contractors and other business services, such as a cleaning service. Now let's talk about another form, 1099-K, who files it and why it's important to know. So earlier we talked about payments made by debit or credit cards. If you pay any of your contractors in this way, then your contractor uses a merchant service to process it. For example, PayPal, Square, or Stripe. Merchant services are required to send its customers a 1099-K form if gross receipts exceed $20,000 and there are more than 200 transactions. The reason this matters to you is that the filing requirement for these payments is now the responsibility of the merchant service. So now you're probably asking, how do I get these submitted to the contractors and the IRS? If you're already working with a CPA, we recommend they do the preparation e-filing if they offer it as a service. And if not, we can help you out. Just go to cpasforhire.com/1099 to get started. Below this video is a link to download our free guide, so you can master your 1099s. Just click the link to download it. If you are looking for a CPA, we work with clients all over the country. Learn more at cpasforhire.com.